Whitney Houston passed away over the weekend. She was found dead in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton. And right now, there haven't been any official reports as to what the cause of the death was. Of course, there's a lot of speculation about drug use. In fact, the coroner says that there were prescription drugs found in her hotel room. And TMZ is reporting that it could have been a mixture of Xanax and alcohol that ended her life. And of course, she passed away at the age of 48, so she was extremely young when this happened.
From what I understand, drugs are illegal, and so, you know, they're the dangerous ones.
Here's what makes me happy. The fact that marijuana, something that you cannot overdose on, is illegal, and you can spend prison time for possessing it. But, you know, Xanax is perfectly legal, and it's very harmful, and that's just the way our system works.
Right. Now, look, Xanax could help you with certain conditions. There's no question about that. But you have to be really careful, obviously, in combination with alcohol. The number of people who have overdosed on marijuana, I believe, still stands at... I'm getting this in, late breaking news. Yes, 0 apparently. 0.
So they didn't find any illegal drugs in her hotel room, but they did find prescription drugs. Now, what's interesting is, before any of these details were leaked, Tony Bennett had a performance. And during his performance, he had a really interesting message to share with his audience about Whitney Houston's death. Let's watch.
First it was Michael Jackson. Then it was Amy Winehouse. And now the magnificent Whitney Houston. I'd like to have every gentleman and lady in this room commit themselves to get our government to legalize drugs. So they don't have to get it to a doctor, not to some gangsters that just sell it under the table.
I love that comment because it takes a lot of courage when everybody had assumed at the time that Whitney Houston had died from probably illegal drugs, which turned out not to be the case, for him to say, no, we should legalize it. Because that's the problem, that you're getting it from gangsters, and if you might go to jail if you talk about it or admit it, etc., instead of treating it like the disease that it is once you get addicted, right? And I thought it was very brave of Tony Bennett to say that, and I couldn't agree more with it.
It's always brave for a public figure to say something like that. And I love that Tony Bennett sent that message out there. But at the same time, look, this is a classic case of prescription drugs are just as lethal as some of the hardcore illegal drugs that are out there. Okay, some might argue like, oh, heroin, crack cocaine, those are horrible drugs. Yeah, at the same time, if you abuse any drug, you know, especially something like Xanax, it could have really horrible consequences, especially if you mix it with alcohol. So. And
remember, you know, all these drugs are dangerous when done to extreme. Remember, Rush Limbaugh lost his hearing after taking enough OxyContin to kill a mule. And so, I've never heard of anyone losing their hearing when taking marijuana. Have you?
No.
Okay. No. I haven't heard of that. It's a shame, man. I mean, there's just no way around it. It's a shame.